Are you a parent desperate to apply for your child to come to the UK? Well, you are in the right place because in this video, I will be sharing with you some tips for you to successfully apply for your child to come to the UK. My name is Annalisa Kerr and I am an immigration lawyer. So before we dive in, I wanted to remind you what that main requirement is for sponsoring your child to come to the UK. And it is this requirement, which some of you get so confused and get so bogged down and overwhelmed. But it is this main requirement, which is you as the parent and who is the sponsor will need to show that you have had and continues to have sole responsibility for your child's upbringing. Now you will say, oh, okay, what does sole responsibility means? How can I meet that requirement? So if I give you an example, if you have your child's father or mother, the other parent, in your home country, looking after that child, seeing that child, getting involved with his education, getting involved with his life, with his health, then you, as the parent in the UK, cannot claim that you have had sole responsibility and continues to have sole responsibility for your child's life because there is another adult, there is another person responsible for him in your home country. And this is why most applications fail. So that's the example. Now, let's look at what the Immigration Tribunal have said about the meaning of sole responsibility. In the case of TD Yemen in 2006, which you can find the reference on in any of this screen, you can find that there, and also the excerpt of the definition itself can be found on the screen, which you can read at your own time. What sole responsibility essentially means. What the Immigration Tribunal essentially says in that case is that sole responsibility means that when they look at the application, they consider all the facts. It's not just the fact that you have another person in your home country. It's more on who decides on important things on your child's life. Is it you? Can you claim that you are the one making important decisions for your child's life? If you can say yes to that question, then it's more likely that you can claim that you have sole responsibility according to the requirement from the immigration rules. Then my tips are this. Tip number 1 is consult a lawyer as soon as possible. Making a child settlement application is not something that you can do on your own with your research, completing your own form. I mean, you may be able to complete your own application online, gather the documents, but essentially, you will still need a lawyer to be consulted whether or not your documents are sufficient, whether or not you have complied with the sole responsibility requirement. And this is why consulting with a lawyer is very important, because it's through their experience of successful stories and refusals, so mistakes that their previous clients have made that they want you to prevent, will help with your application preparation. So tip number 2, prepare your case at least 6 months in advance. So once you have consulted with a lawyer, I doubt that you can very much gather all the documents that you need. It may be that you need to re-establish the sole responsibility requirement, because sometimes it may be that when you consulted the lawyer, you don't have documents to back up that you have been the one making decisions for your child's life. It may be that you contact your child, the guardian, by phone and you call them, and you may have a log on those conversations to show that you have been in touch with your child in your home country. You have been in touch with their guardian, whoever is looking after them. But it doesn't show any decisions you have made. And so the reason why you prepare the 6 months in advance is so you can gather these documents needed for your application. Tip number 3, provide as many documents as possible from different sources. So, for example, if you have been the one sending money to your home country and you have the remittance receipts, thinking that that is all you're going to need to meet the sole responsibility requirement. Well, this is actually wrong, because we have had applications where we submitted remittance receipts, money remittance receipts, but the application has been refused. And this is because the UK government places importance on various things. So for example, they place importance on the parents' involvement on the child's education, parents' involvement on the child's extracurricular activities, parents' involvement on their child's health issues, among other things. So if you can provide documents such as doctor's letter, dentist's letter, karate certificate, for example, for extracurricular activities, letter from the principal confirming that you have been in touch to inquire about the child's progress in school, or a letter from the child's teacher confirming that you have been in touch asking about the child's grades or asking about the project or whatever it is. And when you have those documents, it will be much easier to show that you have sole responsibility. Now, those are just the tips that I wanted to share with you, and I hope that you have found that useful. In my next video, I will be sharing with you the eligibility, the requirements, the list of documents that you should be sending with your application, and I will also be sharing with you our success stories and our not so successful stories, so that you can avoid and take note from the mistakes that some of our clients have made when they submit their child settlement application. And if you want to subscribe to our video for more videos like this, please subscribe and like and comment, and we do read comments and we do reply to the comments. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great day.